in the sports show that's good for you on Radio Anguilla each and every Wednesday evening, hopefully after the festive season, and we can discuss further the plans of the Cricket Association with the newly elected board and what are their plans going forward to better the cricket playing here right here in Anguilla. We are just about getting ready to start the second half of this encounter here with the Razor Massive. They have got 136 runs, 137 if they really want to put their hands on the trophy. As I say, good afternoon again. Welcome, Millington. We've got a good match on our hands here this afternoon.
Indeed, and something that you may not have realized, Tony, we started at 134 semi-finals number 1 yesterday. Then we went to 135, and now we are up to 136. Yeah. Well, are you a betting man, Tony? 137 to get. 137. It's what the Razor Massive will need if they want to overhaul this total. The opening batsman for the Razor Massive is Sherwin Peters. Sherwin Peters, and with him, his partner is Colin David. Oh. So it's going to be David. David is going to be at the non-striker end. It is going to be Daniel Dorham. Daniel Dorham, who will be starting a tall left arm orthodox from the Central Polyclinic end. He will be starting for the Beamers, and to battle for the Razor Massive, it's going to be Sherwin Peters. Sherwin Peters, a right-handed tall middle order batsman for the Leeward Island. St. Martin, Leeward Island, all around there. Very interesting target this is. Here is Durham, a left arm around the wicket to bowl to Peters. Bowl to Peters. Peters to this delivery is looking ready for aggressive shot outside the line of the off. Some ball coming off the under edge and trickling out to man at straight to check cover. No run resulting. 137 is the target. Here is Durham to bowl to Peters. Peters is getting one off the inside edge. They're going to throw for a quick single and will get it to keeper. Getting moving away, sending the return. Whipping the glove off very quickly, but was unable to hit the stumps directly. So Peters is off the mark, and the Razor Massive is up and running, and they're one without loss. And over number 1, being bowled by Durham from the Central Polyclinic end, looking to dismiss one of these batsmen very early. 137 the target, 136 scored by the Beamers. Winning the toss, choosing to bat. Here is Durham to bowl to Colin. David. David is getting this one off the inside edge. Again, similar shot and similar result. Good start by Durham. 1 to David, 1 to Peters. It's 2 for no loss. 2 for no loss over number 1 with 3 balls bowled so far. Here is Durham to bowl to Peters. Peters is getting one. He's not sure about that one, and that man needs to be shorter. That man needs to be closer in, and that is Ron Rogers. I think that he needs to be a little closer in there at backward square. Peters gets his second run. Razor Massive gets their third run. Here is Daniel Durham. Pass umpire Calvin Hughes short, and he's punching this one well down to extra cover. Giovanni Gums comes off the boundary, sends the return. Total moves on by 1 to 4, and David moves on to 2. Both batsmen are in 2. It's 4 for no loss. Razor Massive in their first final, season 2. Here is Durham to bowl to David. David is getting one off the inside edge and off the pad, and that's Peters rather. Peters, the end of the over, a good start by Durham, and at the end of one, Razor Massive in search of 137 for victory. They are 4-4 loss, Tony.
Yes, a good start there by the Beamers, the Razor Massive. They will certainly have to be very watchful of these bowlers from the Beamers team, because they can be very miserly at times. You have the likes of Joe Gomes. You've just seen Durham bowling his first over, well on target, not giving anything freely away to the batters that are there so far. And so in order for the Razor Massive to really accumulate these runs, they'll certainly need to watch every ball and play each ball and its merit.
Yes, 137 minutes. Sound like a lot of runs, but we've seen it yesterday at 135, 136 was a bit too much for both teams to chase, and so today we are. Well, 136, 5 was chased by the Beamers, but 135 was too much to get by the Pointers. It's a 4-4 no loss. 4-4 no loss. Giovanni Gums will pick up the attack from this, the commentator's booth end, with the score on a 4-4 no loss. And over number 2. He's going to be bowled by Giovanni Gums in a mid-wicket. Mid-on, short fine leg, short third man, backward point, cover point, man sweeping on the outside. Here is Gums, a full toss, a no ball that goes away for 4. Not a good start, not a good start, and it must be called, isn't it, a no ball? It's a no ball, single and 4 runs, so 5 runs, 5 runs, just 1 over ball so far. 1 over on the ball so far, and it's a 9-4 no loss. It's a dangerous ball. Ball there by Giovanni Gums. So it's going to be a free hit for David. Yet to bowl a ball and 5 runs has come off the over so far. Already tapping in the first over. Here is Gums to bowl to Colin. Colin is David. That's a good feeling there by Michael Lewis. 1 more run to the total. The score moves on by 1 to 10. David is on. David goes on to 7. 7 is David. Brings Peters. Sherwin Peters on strike. He is on 2. Peters on 2. David on 7. It's 11. It's 10 for no loss. 10 for no loss. There is 1 around down the leg side and a wide call and signal by the umpire. Giovanni Gums not getting it right at all. Reader. It's off the radar, and Giovanni Gums is saying that one came off the pad, umpire. That one came off the pad. That wasn't a wide, but the umpire saw it differently and says that's a wide. Score moves on by 1 to 11. Need 136 at a run rate of 6.69. Here is Giovanni Gums to bowl to Peters. Peters is in this one, down the ground. And coming around the boundary is Durham, who sends the return, gets 1. It's Peters, he moves on by 1 to 3, and the total moves on by 1 to 12. A 12 for no loss. Over number 2, in search of 137 for victory, the Razor Massive, and to raise coveted title of APL, APTL, Anguilla Premier League, T20 League. Season 2. Here is Giovanni Gums to bowl to David. Bowl to David. David is coming forward and pushing in the offside. He's going to get 1 extra cover. That Williams. Total moves on by 1 to 13. David is on 8. 8 is David. 3 is Peters taps away, waits for Giovanni Gums. When he gets there, Peters is hitting this one down to mid-on. They're gonna get one. Shaka Hodge moves away to his right, sends the return. Can't stop the one. Can't stop Peters from moving on to his fourth run. It's 14 for no loss. 14 for no loss over number 2. Here is Giovanni Gums to bowl to David. David is hitting this one to the right of Shaka Hodge and down to the long off boundary for 4. Ball was hit away down to long on and it goes away for 4 runs. Very expensive over here. David moves to 12 and the total moves on to 18, and the second over has yet not been completed, Tony.
He's only bowled 5 balls so far.
Conceded 14 runs.
Yes.
14 runs so far off. This is the second over. Very expensive over. A very good start by Razor Massive. 18 for no loss. Here is Gums. Field changing there. Here is Gums to bowl to David. David is pulling this one, 4 runs. Good looking shot, and held over square leg. 1 bounce into the boundary. It goes away for 4. And a very expensive over in which we saw some 18 runs. And the Razor Massive has raced on to 22 for no loss after 2.
Yes, and certainly Giovanni Gums will want to forget about that over there. Didn't start as well as he would have liked, and like he did yesterday when they played in the semi-finals against the Farrington Super Sixers, giving away quite a number of runs, some 18 runs coming in that over there for Gums, and certainly not the way the Beamers would want to start in defending that 136 runs that they did posted for the Beamers. So far, 2 overs being bowled, 22 going at 11 and over. The Beamers, on the other hand, they scored 7 from their first and were 16 from their second, and so 6 runs difference. They'll certainly want to do better than that.
Here is the one to Peters. Peters is looking to drive. Ball coming off the outer portion of the bat and trickling out in the offside. No run resulting. Score remains on 22 for no loss. In the course of over number 3, been bowled by Doran from the Central Polyclinic end. Here is Doran to bowl to Peters. Peters is driving. Doran fails. No run resulting. Score remains on 22. Doran continues to be tight. 4.2, 1.2, considering some 4 runs up to this point. Doran to Peters, bowl to Peters. Peters is driving well, and he's going to get runs here. They've gone for 1. This is going to get into the long on boundary 4 runs. Wonderful shot there. Wonderful shot by Peters. And it goes away down to long on, the vacant long on boundary 4 runs.
We've certainly seen a different type of Razor Massive yesterday and again today. They have certainly came to the party to really put their hand on this trophy, Millington.
Indeed. 26, they have raced on to 111 to get from 105 balls at a run rate of a 6.54. Here is Doran again to Peters. Peters is driving and knocked down by Doran. Well done there by Doran. The farm orthodox. No run resulting. Score remains on 26. In over number 3. Here is Doran to bowl to Peters. To this delivery. Short and pull well, 4 runs. Well, the Razor Massive means business. They have raced on to 30, and we have not yet to see the end of over number 3. Oh, this is good going. This is very good going. Razor Massive, David and Peters, no nonsense batsmen, and they are on a mission. 137 the target. Here is Doran to Peters. Peters is again hitting this one, but straight to mid-wicket, short mid-wicket. It's the Joe Gums who fails. No run resulting. The over coming to an end. And at the end of over number 3, the Razor Massive in search of 137 for victory. They are 30 without loss.
Just continuing with the momentum, the Razor Massive Millie, when they were in the field, having been able to contain the Beamers. At one point, the Beamers were 113 for 3, only managed to score an additional of some 33 runs well, not 33, but 23 runs to get to 136, and just carrying the momentum. We can see here these two batters really are taking up the mantle here in making a good chase at the score that's been set to them. We've seen here that has prompted a bowling change, and they certainly will want to be doing better, the Beamers, if they really are to defend the score that was set by them.
Well, it is going to be the spinner of Amar. Colin Amar is going to be taking up the attack from just the commentators both end. The spinner, and when he is pitching, he can be a handful. Amar, even with the new ball. Colin Amar is going to be bowling to David. Bowls very fast as a spinner, Colin Amar. Is it your first time seeing Amar?
Yes,
indeed. Well, I know Amar for eternity. Yeah, really hard competitor, tough competitor. It's Colin Amar. Never say never. Never die moment with Colin Amar.
Leaking 10 runs and over so far, so he'll definitely need to be spot on from ball 1, Millie.
Indeed. And the spinner will be taking the ball away from the right hander. And we wait to see. It's Colin Amar to bowl to David. Moves away, bowl to David. David is driving well. 4 runs. That one got there very, very quickly. And Colin Amar, first ball, David said, welcome to the crease, and you are going to be no different. Well, that's a lovely shot.
And Ron Rogers, not the fleetest of player out there. And we've seen where that has prompted a change. And changes there with the slower fielder there in Ron Rogers, but again greeted with disdain there, David, and that first delivery there from Amar.
It's going to be Colin Amar again to bowl to David. Moves away, bowl to David, a slower ball. He's driving again. He's going to beat the inner ring. Goes out to the man sweeping. Gets 1. David moves to 21 and brings Peters, who is on 12 on strike. The score has raced on to 35 in the course of over number 4. What a platform being set here by David and Peters. We saw this kind of start in the final preliminary game against the same opponent, and they are picking up from where they left off. Here is Amar to bowl to Peters. To this delivery. Peters is going across the wicket and helping it. And it's going to go away over the vacant mid-wicket area. That goes away for 6. And
well,
the race is on.
At 11.71 runs and over.
41.
He might be well out of here before quarter past, Millie.
Well, this can be a very early evening. 18 is Peters. Here is Amar to bowl to Peters. Is hit down to extra cover. 2 bounces down there to Saunders. Sends the return. Score moves on by 1 to 42. Peters moves on to 19. 19 is Peters. 21 is David. It's Peters. 21 from 8. 19 from 4 is Peters. This one is a play there to backward points. Short. It's David. David moves on to 22. 22 is David from 9 balls. 22 from 9, David. 19 from 14 is Peters. Here is Amar to bowl to Peters. Bowl to Peters. Peters is leaving this one outside the line of the off stump wide. Call and signal by the umpire. Total moves on by 1 to 44. And Tony, if they continue, we are going to be out of here very quick, in very quick order. Indeed, here is Amar to bowl to Peters. Bowl to Peters, who is, it is one onside. I know good feeling there by Michael Lewis. And Mentos cleans up at the end of over number 4. It's a 45 for no loss. And after comments from the man Tony, the man Shane is going to be your next commentator.
Thank you, Millie. And the Beamers, they might want to look at maybe another change in bowling, possibly Shaka Hodge, maybe Joe Gums, just to stem the flow just a little bit, just to change things up a bit, because we have seen here where these two batters are really going great guns and has really given themselves a launching pad to really get to this total quickly. As I say, good afternoon, Shiv, welcome once again.
Good afternoon and welcome. It's a very brilliant start there by the Razor Massive. Oftentimes we see teams take it too slow in the beginning when chasing low totals, but the Razor Massive in a no-nonsense mood. Some 45 runs in the first 4 overs of the power play and yet to lose a wicket. And they have the man showing Peters. We know how destructive he can be. He's shown that in a must-win game against the Beamers.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, some 60-yard runs he scored, and his partner Kenroy David is going along nicely, some 22 runs of 9 deliveries.
Yes, and they have certainly acquitted themselves well from yesterday, as we would have seen here, into today. We have seen where they would have taken their momentum, especially in the latter part of their bowling innings, where they were able to really contain the Beamers. At one point, the Beamers were 113 for 3 and could only get to 136, and they have just brought the momentum into their batting, and they're going great guns.
Yeah, certainly, and the pressure is certainly on the captain of the Beamers team. You see another bowling change. Is going to be the man Wazim Mentos from the Central Polyclinic end. Going to begin his first over. He'll be bowling to the destructive Sherwin Peters, who's on 20 of 15 deliveries. Just getting in, shifting gears now, Peters. Getting in that 5th gear mode. And Mentos tossing the ball from hand to hand. Goes past the umpire, bowls to Peters, who is just knocking that one back down. He's going to get a single on the long off boundary. That's all they're going to get. Score moves on by 1. The Beamers employing a pack offside field. The fielders out in the power play, the long off and deep mid wicket, so the deep forward mid wicket. Mentos to continue bowling. His second delivery, he's going to bowl to the man Kenroy David. David looking in a good mood today. Here is Mentos, goes past the umpire, bowls to David, who is just looking to work that one down the leg side and struck on the pad. An interesting thing here to notice is that the other bowlers who bowled, the spinners, they were trying to put pace on the ball. Mentos is just slowing it up a bit. So far, a dot ball, a red dot delivery. Here is Mentos again. Goes past the umpire, bowls to David. David looking to tug that one away into the leg side. But again, no pace on the ball from Mentos. And it's proven to be effective. So if he could sort of pull back the innings, and we know these two guys, even if they're going at this rate, they're going to want to keep on going. So that could build a bit of frustration and probably get the first wicket.
Certainly.
Here is Mentos again. Goes past umpire. Bowls to David. David looking to hit into the leg side again. This time he makes connection. That's going to go pretty close to the boundary. The man Ron Rogers is in the chase. The ball is slowing up, and Ron Rogers, and he pulls it back, and he cannot stop the batsman from coming back for free. But that's an all-important 1-run save by the man Ron Rogers, and that could prove to be a very important run in the end of the game.
Well, I think what really saved Ron was actually the outfield really slowed that one up. Had the outfield been a lot, well, we have gotten some showers, and the heavy, the thickness of the grass really helped Ron in pulling that one back.
Yes, certainly. Here is Mentos again. Goes past the umpire, bowls to Peters this time. Peters is hitting that one over the man there at the mid-on, and it's gone into the boundary for 4. A lovely shot. Mentos coming into the upper half of the batsman, and his simple pickup shot over the man at mid-on, and it goes into the boundary for 4.
Yes, raises the 50-53, 4.4 overs at this rate. They are going at a rapid rate here this afternoon. They are not allowing the bowlers to settle at all, taking a liking to all of the bowlers that have really been presented in front of them here, and serious spot of bother the Beamers are in at this point.
Yeah, the Beamer's in a serious spot of bother, but it's overused. Cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties, and a wicket or two could change things in a hurry. We know Razor Massive depends heavily on the top order. Seen that yesterday as well. Here is the man Mentos, and goes past the umpire, bowls to Peters in the half again, and this one is gone. Is he gonna go all the way for 6? Yes, it has, all the way for 6. A wonderful pickup shot from the man Sherwin Peters. Mentos just over pitching slightly, and he hit that one straight for 6.
Well, you did mention that cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties, and certainly we have seen that across the tallies. We've seen it even here locally, but with at the rate that these two batters are going, Razor Massive, we know they bat pretty deep with the likes of Burton and Pauls as well, having given this solid platform of 59 after 5 overs. I'm certainly sure that they will be well on their way, and we would have to see a bowler in the likes of Shaka Haja or Joe Gums in order to really contain these batters here, because they're really in full flow.
Well, last time the Beamers met with the Razor Massive in a must-win game, it was the man Joe Gums who pulled back things for the Beamers. But is it a moment of too little, too late? With this flyer we seen here, some 59 runs in the first 5. Last over of the power play, and the leg spinner is going to continue. It seems. Yes, it's going to be the wrist spinner, the man of Colin Hammer. First over went for some 15 runs, but he will be bowling to Kenroy David, turning the ball away from him. A slip is employed. And Ema will continue. Here's Ema. Goes past the umpire, bowls to David, and it's going to be a dot delivery. Not feel cleanly by Mentos, but the batsman wasn't able to cross through for a single. Good afternoon to the man Sambo.
Let me say good afternoon once again.
Here is Ema. Goes past the umpire now, bowls to David. That one he's shouldering. It's going to be a wide call and signal by the umpire, and that will move the score up to 60 in the course of over number 6. Ema really needs to find his reader right in terms of line and length. Here is Ema, goes past the umpire now, bowls to David. Shot delivery, and that's tugged away into the leg side, and it's raining boundaries here at the James Ronald Webster Park, and it's another boundary for the man Kenroy David.
You see,
wonderful shot. A wonderful shot, and that's gone into the boundary for 4. We know a leg spinner can be very effective, but the margin for error is so narrow for them. Sometimes they just go too short, or a fraction too full. On this occasion, he was too short.
Yes, and it was dispatched into the boundary for a wonderful 4 here. The Razor Massive is doing very light work of the Beamers right now.
Here is Ema again, goes past the umpire, bowls to David. This time it's a fuller one, and David looking to make a big heave down the ground, only managing to get an inside edge onto the pad, and it's a dot delivery, no run resulting. The Beamers certainly in need of a wicket. Here is Ema. Goes past the umpire now, bowls to David again. Short delivery, and that's pulled. The fielder thinks he's in business, but that's gone straight into the stands. And the Razor Massive fans are loving it here. Very short delivery, a nothing ball rally. And David just saying, I'm going to take full advantage of that.
Yes, he just said, thank you very much, and into the boundary for 4. For 6 runs. It was a very thank you ball here. Just thanks, and delivered it over the boundary for 6.
Seems that we have Christmas early here at the James Ronald Webster Park. A lot of gifts. And Ema will continue. Goes past the umpire now, bowls to David. Fuller delivery, and that's a better delivery, and it still can't stop the single. David making enough contact here to just get a single. So the scorecard keeps on ticking, and every single is putting pressure on the Beamers. Not a very big total at all. Some 137 the target. And the Razor Massive already 71 without loss in the course of over number 6.
Yes, it's a good rate here of 12.17 runs per over. That's a very healthy rate.
Here is Ema again, goes past the umpire, bowls to Peters. This time Peters, big heave top edge, and it's going to go over the man there, backward point, running pretty close to the boundary. The man Baban inside and goes into the fence, and another boundary to bring up the end of the over. It's 75 without loss at the end of over number 6.
Yes, it's a very expensive over indeed here. We are having early Christmas here by the Razor Massive. They are giving gifts, and it is raining 4s and 6s here at the JRW. What a lovely day to watch cricket here at the JRW.
In the power play, the Razor Massive scoring some 75 runs and not losing a wicket at all, chasing a total of 137 runs. Certainly putting back a lot of pressure on the Beamers. The Beamers gonna have to pull the rabbit out of the hat. They're gonna have to do something special, and it has to come from somebody. Is it gonna be the man Shaka Hodge? Is he going to pick up the bowling from the Central Polyclinic end? Will Shaka Hodge be the one to break this partnership and put the Beamers in a comfortable position?
Well, Shiv, they need some magic right now from Shaka Hodge. The extra magic, the golden arm. And we have not seen Joe Hodge as yet.
Joe Gums?
Joe Gums as yet.
Well, indeed, but we know the man Shaka Hodge he's pulled off every trick in the bag, and he will. The non-striker himself will have to stay in his crease, because we see him pull that trick off in yesterday's semi-final as well. He's a real competitor, and it's the end of the power play, so he's going to employ a few fielders outside the 30-yard circle. Looks like it's going to be a man under long on, long off, a sweep on the offside, deep mid-wicket, and just a few changes here, a man on the square leg boundary as well. So it's really interesting to see how these two going to go, the approach after the power play.
Well, the field is spread now, so let us see what happens.
Here Shaka Hodge goes past the umpire, bowls to David, and he's looking to hit it, and it's going to go behind square, and Ron Rogers in attendance. A very good job from Ron Rogers there, and the batsman only getting a couple of runs. Very good fielding there, cutting off that boundary. So certainly the Beamers are still saying they think they have hope. They're not giving up as yet.
Yes, it was a very good fielding here on the boundary. Very good by Chapo on the boundary here.
Here's the man Shaka Hodge again. Goes past the umpire, bowls to David. It's a shorter delivery, and it's a dot ball. Very, very, very good start from these two. Some 77 without loss in the course of over number 7. Here is Shaka Hodge again. Goes past the umpire, bowls to David. It's a just easing that one backward point and getting an easy single. So as long as the Razor Massive keeps the scorecard ticking over, they're already in the driver's seat.
Yes, it's an easy win for Razor Massive at the rate they are going. 12.5 runs per over. That's
easy work. He's going to bowl to the man Sherwin Peters for the first time. He's making a few final adjustments to his field. Here comes Shaka Hodge again. Goes past the umpire, bowls to Peters. Peters is a big heave, and that's in the gap, and that's in the boundary. 4 runs. Shaka Hodge slightly over pitching on that occasion. And we know the man Peters, if you ever come in his half, he's going to take you on. Both batsmen on now on 39 runs. And interestingly, both of them on 39 of 20 balls.
Yes, 39 of 20 each. That is very good going here by Razor Massive. 12.9 runs per over.
Razor Massive only requiring some 55 runs. Here is the man Shaka Hodge again. Goes past the umpire and his bowler one is going to be a quick single. Very good understanding by these two batsmen, realizing that every run is going to put pressure on the Beamers and taking full advantage here. Here comes the man Shaka Hodge again, goes past the umpire and he's chipping that one down. It's in the air. Fielder settling under. Fielder, and it's gone all the way for 6. All the way for 6. And that brings the over to the end. Huge 6.
You see, I would not want to be out here on the fielding team right now. It is a lot of pressure. Raining 6s and 4s here at the JRW. Razor Massive is making very light work of Beamers here this afternoon.
In fact, the Razor Massive 89 without loss at the end of over number 7. 89 without loss at the end of over number 7. The man Kenroy David on 45 and Sherwin Peters on 40.
You fancy your team this afternoon?
The Razor Massive?
Well, I was back in the Beamers at the start of this game, but I have changed opinion right now.
Well, I think it's a little bit too late for that now, Sambo. You can just jump on the winning team. You're going to have to take that one. And it's going to be another change in the bowling. The man, Joe Gums, also known as Baba, he has the golden arm. He's been able to break crucial partnerships. But is it a bit too late for the man Baba? Is it a bit too late for Joe Gums and the Beamers? Sherwin Peters on strike. And just a few changes in the field. Here comes Joe Gums tossing the ball from hand to hand. Goes past the umpire right now. Bowls to Peters, who's tucking that one into the leg side, and is only going to get a single. The man was a Mentos coming across there from the fine leg boundary in attendance.
Yeah, Joe Gums is a very good veteran spinner. I have seen him over the years with the Masters team. A very good spinner indeed.
Good spinner, Joe Gums. He will now be bowling to Kenroy David. David, a very powerful built batsman. Here is Joe Gums. David coming down the track. It's in the air, and that's going to fall in no man's land. No one is going to get there. The opportunity presents itself, but it falls in no man's land, and the batsman comes through for a couple of runs.
Yes, that was a chance here, and no one committed themselves to take that catch here. No one committed themselves. It fell and bisected both fielders and fell in the center of them.
Here's Joe Gums again, goes past the umpire, bowls. It's in the air again. This is another opportunity. The man coming in and it's gonna fall in no man's land again. With a small total, and these batsmen going at the rate they're going at, those half chances, you're gonna have to take advantage of them. You cannot just allow the ball to fall in the gap like that. The half chances need to make in whole chances and give yourself an opportunity.
Yes, but he has presented the opportunity on both occasions with no avail here this afternoon.
Here is the man Joe Gums again, goes past the umpire, this time ball to Peters, looking to hit again. He's going to go into leg side, and the man Michael Lewis will field, and it will result in 1 run. And so far in this over, I don't think the batsmen have actually middled the ball from this over.
No, not as yet.
Here's the man Joe Gums, goes past the umpire, just checking on Peters there, making sure he stays in his crease at the non-striker's end, giving him a warning. Here's the man Joe Gums again, goes past the umpire, Bowls to David, and I think he's gone. He's gone, caught behind, and the golden hand of the man Baba picks up the wicket. Kenroy David has to go, and is this a moment of too little too late? Razor Massive with a flyer. No, some 94 for the loss of one.
Yes, the golden arm of Joe Gomes has struck again, and 94 for one in 7.5 overs. Yes, a very good going by Razor Massive. Very good going indeed.
And the new batsman coming out looks to be the man Keyshawn Richardson. We're replacing Kenroy David in the course of over number 8. Man Joe Gomes getting that big wicket of Kenroy David, who's gone for 48 runs. A well-played innings. Is it a match-winning innings, Sam?
Yes, a very good inning here by Kenroy. Very good indeed. From the word go, he placed his leg on that pedal and never released it by hitting the ball for 6s and 4s here. A very good total here by him, 48.
And Kenroy David, when he bowled, I think he picked up some 4 wickets, bowling very good at the back end of the innings. And now he's gone for 48 runs at the top of the order, really putting the Razor Massive in a comfortable position to win this game. Some may well think they have won it already, but it's never over until the fat lady sings.
You see, cricket is a very funny game, I would say. You have not won until the last ball is being bowled.
Here's the man Joe Gomes. He's going to bowl to Richardson for the first time. Richardson coming forward and just playing it casually, and they're going to sneak a single there. It's going to be a very easy single to complete over number 8. It's 95 for 1 at the end of over number 8.
Yes, it's comfortable going here by Razor Massive, putting a lot of pressure here on the Stony Ground team here. I would say that the Stony Ground team has fell short by 20 or even 30 runs when they were batting. When they started with a flyer, but in the middle overs, they slowed down considerable by only doing 135 runs.
I think that Stony Ground may have missed the trick in getting Joe Gomes onto the ball when they did. I believe he should have been bowling from maybe the 3rd or 4th over. From the time that they saw that David and Peters were starting to get off to a flyer, you'd have wanted Joe Gomes to get in there and restrict the scoring rate and maybe pick up a couple wickets. And it may be a case of too little too late, but this is cricket, and this is cricket in Anguilla. Anything can happen. 42 needed from 72. 95 for 1 after 8. It's Shaka Hodge into bowl to Keyshawn Richardson. To this delivery, Richardson is forward, opening the face, but he will not get a run. Richardson, the left-arm wicket-keeper batter. He also bowls some good left-arm off-spinner. Hodge to bowl to Richardson. Richardson is turning it into the leg side. They will get Warner. It's going to bring Sherwin Peters back to strike. Kenroy David gone for 48, the man dismissed. Peters, he's 42 of 23. The 2 openers got off to an absolute flyer. 96 for Warner after 8.2. Peters doing a bit of gardening on the surface. He has a deep square leg, deep mid wicket, and a long one deep on the leg side. Hodge the ball to Peters. Peters is getting this one, hitting it behind square. That's going to go close to the rope, but the grass is heavy there. It will be held up, and Daniel Dorn picks it up. They will only get 2. The grass is heavy behind square there. When you're bowling from the polyclinic end, you can see that it's with the ringing that we had over the night, it's become a bit heavier. Shaka Hodge into bowl to Peters again. Peters misses this one. That should have been a stumping, but Dion Burton dropped the ball. Rare. You never see that from Dion Burton. He is secure behind the stumps, but he dropped that one.
I would say it's the additional pressure here. It's that mounting on the beamers here.
It's going to be Hodge who has to retrieve the ball from about mid-off. Well, that could have been a a prized wicket. It's Sherwin Peters. That would have been the prized wicket they would have wanted, to get Sherwin Peters and get him before 50. Hodge the ball to Peters. That's a full toss, and Peters will dismiss it to the boundary for 4. To add insult to injury, missed stumping. You gotta see one. Missed stumping opportunity, and then Peters dispatches the next ball over mid wicket for 4.
Yes, he just said, thank you very much. I'll put it anywhere I want on this field. And he just slapped it into the boundary for 4 runs.
100 is up after 8.5 overs. Hodge, the ball to Peters, full toss. This one is high. He's not gotten all of it, and Sherwin Peters falls. Once again, gone for 48. Catch taken by Emma. Peters goes for 48 from 26.
Yes, it was a very good catch here coming from the boundary. And both batsmen has scored 48. No need for that stroke at that time. Just knock the ball around, and easy win for Razor Massive.
At the end of 9, they are 100 for 2. Peters gone for 48 from 27. David gone for 48 from 24. And up comes Captain Ashon Hodge. Can he take his team to victory for their first trophy, their first championship in the Anguilla Premier T20 League? They're still going to require a further 38 runs, I do believe. 35 runs required from 66 deliveries. There should be a walk in the park, Tony. Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon again, Doc. And if we would have seen anything from the Beamers of the Razor Massive, that is yesterday, I would be hard pressed to think that they would lose this match from this position. But like we always say again, it's cricket, and that ball was there to be hit, but just didn't get hold of it as he would have wanted, and saw his downfall. But they have already done the damage, these two batters, and has really set a good platform for the Razor Massive to put their hands on this trophy.
102 for 2 after 9. The best start to a game I've seen in this APL, and
Certainly.
it has come in the final.
I've never seen anything of this before, but like you said earlier on, I really think that the Beamers might have really missed the trick in getting Joe Gums in early. We could see just bowling over, and they only conceded some 6 runs.
And picked up a wicket as well. Here comes the masterful Joe Gums, the ball to Keyshawn Richardson, whipping it straight to Shaka Hodge. Keyshawn Richardson has to go. I was speaking to Renford Kelso before the over, and he told me Baba is going to get the left-hander. Keyshawn has to go. Caught Shaka, bowled the masterful Joseph Gums.
And that's a very, very poor shot there from Richardson. I'm not too sure what he was really trying to do there. If you're going to play the ball over the infield. Just a little gentle push on the inside, straight into the lap of Shaka there, standing in a short, squarish mid-wicket position. And he gleefully accepted the catch. And again, we have seen where at one point where the Beamers, they were going great guns as well, and lost a number of wickets, a clutter of wickets, as we see is that the water cart heading onto the field at this time, and really still way ahead is the Beamers, and shouldn't feel to be disturbed about losing 3 quick wickets there, Doc.
Yes, it's 102 for 3. Akeem Charles, a man going to the middle now. Charles, he's a very good batter as well. They still have a lot of batting left to come, the likes of Jacob Paz, Richard Burton, as well as Rolando Wright and Keith Aragon. And the Rogers brothers brothers have a lot of batting all the way down to number 11.
Yes, and they've certainly set themselves very well. They're in a good position. They should not feel too perturbed, too disturbed that they would have lost those 3 wickets just like that. They should be able to at least take it home from here. But again, the Beamers as a team, as fighting team as they are, will certainly have other ideas there, and that miss from Burton wasn't as costly as could have been, having the wicket been taken shortly after by Hodge.
Yes, well, at the halfway stage of this one, there is a massive, well, not quite the halfway stage, it's still 5 balls before the halfway stage, and they are 102 for 3. What a start by the 2 openers for them. What a start for Peters and Kenroy David. The best opening partnership we've seen in this APL.
They do some really ordinary bowling as well too, Doc. Not too sure. Maybe they turn around in terms of the quick turnaround from the Beamers saw them a little bit maybe sore in the bowling department, and hence the reason why they didn't came out and bowl as well as they would have liked at the start of their defense of the 136 that they posted. So maybe the quick turnaround having played yesterday and coming back less than 24 hours probably has done a little bit for them as well. But on the other hand, there is a massive stark contrast, totally different.
After the first over 4, 18, 8, 15, 14, 16, 14.
Wow.
Runs and runs galore.
That's the statistics there for you, as the water cart has left the field and we are just about to resume the innings. We have only had 1 ball in this over so far, bowled by Jogums, picking up the wicket there of Kishan Richardson for 2, and he will continue and he will be bowling to Charles.
Current run rate 11.13. Going great guns, there is a massive, but they've been slowed down by the wily veteran in Joe Gums.
Well, they just need 3.23 runs and over from here, 35 from 65 balls.
Gums the ball to Charles. Charles is driving it down to long off for a single. That's sensible batting. Very sensible batting. You don't need to go great guns when you've already gotten the start you've gotten. Just knock the ball around against Joe Gums, take the singles.
Yes, and he can only bowl 4 overs, that's the thing.
Exactly. There's just 24 balls that you have to face from him. When he's finished, you still have 40 balls to score 34 runs. Yes. So if he bowls maidens from here on out, if he was to bowl 4 straight maidens, you would still have less runs than balls required.
Yes, certainly.
Here comes Gums, the ball to Captain Ashon, opening the face and pushing into the offside gap. They will get a single. They will get a single. It's a long on, a long off, deep square leg. A deep third man. No, not deep third man. A deep backward square as well, and a deep cover for the left-handed Akeem Charles. Now the long off comes into the circle, but about 3/4 of the way back. I don't know if they're trying to prevent the single, or it's going to be Charles who's going to let this one go through for a wide. You know, Charles, he has a decent power. Gums the ball to Charles. It's flighted. Charles drives it straight down the ground towards Giovanni Gums there at long off for a single. Sensible cricket. Very sensible by these 2 batters. Just need singles. 31 runs away. Over half the game left to be played. Gums talking to Shaka Hodge. Going back to his bowling mark now. Sean Hodge comes across from square leg and goes to his crease now. Taps away, waiting on Joe Gums. Gums to Hodge. Hodge drives it straight back to the bowler for no run. One delivery left before the 10th over. It's 106 for 3. 106 for 3. Juice Gums into ball to Ashon, flighted. Ashon drives it and drives it elegantly through extra cover, and that's going to get to the boundary for 4. A classy stroke, a test match stroke between short extra cover and the cover. 4 runs.
And yes, we have seen where Razor Massive had just decided, well, we've got this. We are not going to lose this match. The two batters, they are certainly playing good, sensibly cricket, just knocking the ball around, picking up the 1 and 2s, and we had an exquisite shot there from Sean Hodge. We know he can bat, and when I spoke to him today, he said, a matter of fact, yesterday, he says he's coming for one thing, and that is to put the hand on his trophy that is right here in front of us.
Mid-wicket conference between these two batters. Shaka Hodge giving the umpire his hat. He'll be continuing the attack. Into bowler's third over, he has 1 for 21. 1 for 21, Shaka Hodge. Hodge, the right arm off spinner. We're bowling from the polyclinic end. He has a long on, deep mid wicket and a deep backward square. Short mid wicket as well. Cannot straight on the leg side because this batter, Kim Charles, is a very good sweeper of the ball. Opening the face. It's Charles, he won't get a run. Daniel Durham doing the fielding there. Also a deep cover in place. Long off is very wide. Shaka Hodge to Charles. Charles is going for a quick single and Sean took off by himself. Yes! As Sean Hodge took off by himself, it was not his call to make.
And Doc, I spoke to him when I went to collect the team sheet, and I said to him, Ashan, don't run yourself out today. And what did he do?
Run himself out.
Ran himself out. Very, very careless. He had no place running. Absolutely, and he's just giving Charles a high five because he knows that it was his error and in his ways. He's just walking gingerly as well. Maybe the quick turn to maybe head back, maybe just pulled something, but it has brought the level-headed Jacob Pauls wearing the number 7 shirt to the field. And we have seen this young man played some really, really good cricket, got a good cricket header on his good cricketing head on his shoulders, and I'm certainly sure that he'll be saying, well, let's see if we can take it home from here.
This game isn't over. It's Jacob Pauls in the middle. Pauls, a sensible cricketer. Very sensible cricketer. Can he get his team to victory? Pauls and Charles, the two batters in the middle now for the Razor Massive. Charles is on strike. There was never a run on there. Never a run on. Shaka Hodge. 2 balls left in this over. Shaka trying it. The Pauls are smart. Pauls is a very smart cricketer.
Well, you certainly have to know.
Shaka Hodge, the ball to Akeem Charles. Charles back and cutting down towards the deep cover fielder. He will get 1. That's all he needs. That's all they need, just the singles. 27 needed from 58. I would suspect that they're not selling the balls, the Beamers. They want 6 wickets.
Yes, well, the Beamers, they will certainly need to get, if they have a chance of winning this match, they certainly need to bowl the Razor Massive out.
It's a long on, long off, very, very short extra cover, deep cover point, the short point. Shaka Hodge the ball to Jacob Piles. Getting a good bounce. The pass turns it into the leg side and gets a single. Piles up to number 6 in the order today. Getting a promotion. Suspect Richard Burton will be batting next. If gets a chance to bat.
The field on the onside is set very deep, so you can just
knock it for a single. He's going to get one that's turning away from him. Into the offside there. From Charles, he gets no run. So one ball left in this over. Just 2 off it and the wicket via a run out. Shaka. He's into ball to Akeem Charles. Charles is turning it into the leg side. This will be runs. They get 1. They're coming back for 2. That's very good running by the Ellen Harbour Razor Massive batters. And they will get 3 because that's a poor throw by Giovanni Gums. And it's a no ball. And a free hit.
Very tidy there on the part of
so Charles, he moves on to 6. Passes on strike for the free hit. Very, very poor work. Shaka Hodge into ball to Jacob Pass. Free hit delivery. Pass down the track, striking it well, but straight to the man at long on there in Aimer. It will be just a single. That should be the end of the over. And at the end of the over, the Razor Massives in search of 137 for victory. They are 117 for 4.
Yes, and still 9 overs to go. 117 for 4. Just another 20 runs to really lift this trophy. We see the man Fungi running out there, maybe just to take a bit of, while he's taking some gear. I think that's the thigh pad. That's Charles. Just getting rid of the thigh pad, and the beamers really steering along the barrel of a defeat here. They'll certainly need to work some magic. The likes of Gums won't have much more overs. It will be the other bowlers who will certainly need to pull something, because they didn't do too well in the early initial stages at the defense of this total.
Daniel Doran back into the attack. So Joe Gums is out of the attack. Picked up the wickets, but he's out of the attack.
Well, I'm not sure what they're saving him for the other 2 overs for. Doesn't make much sense to me, really.
20 runs required, 54 deliveries left, 6 wickets left, I must say. They're going to stop calling the balls and call the wickets, because the balls seem to be negligent right now. 20 runs required, 6 wickets for the Beamers to get. You hear the man Sambo out there, I believe, doing interviews with a couple fans.
Yeah, certainly a good crowd here supporting both teams.
It's going to be Daniel Doram, the left arm off spinner. Around the wicket to Jacob Piles. Onto this delivery, Jacob Piles is going back and cutting it into the offside and gets a single. Chapo, the man doing the fielding. A deep mid wicket, a long on, a long off. And now a deep backward square being put in place. A deep cover. So cover, long off, long on, mid wicket, backward square leg, the man on the boundary. Doram, flighted one. Charles drives it too long off, gets a single. Charles moves on to 7 from 7 deliveries and brings Jacob Piles to strike. 18 runs required. 18 runs is what's required here. Daniel Durham is in now to bowl to Jacob Pals. Pals is pushing it back down to Durham, getting it no run. 3 balls bowled, 2 runs off the over. Durham into bowl to Jacob Pals. Pals pushes it for Shaka Hodge, extra cover, gets no run.
Getting some jokes there from the man Sambo. He's asking, Premier, if you get a chance to play cricket. Interesting.
Durham into bowl to Jacob Pals. Pals back turning it into the leg side. Yet again, no run. Good over by Daniel Durham so far, just 2 off it. 1 delivery left. Durham turns quickly. Left arm around to bowl to Jacob Pals. And Pals gets one off the inner portion of the bat. Runs it down towards square leg and gets a single. That's going to be the end of 12. At the end of 12, they are 120 for 4.
120 for 4. It's a mere 17 runs. And like you said, the balls are quite irrelevant at this point in time. The Beamers, they will certainly be looking to the heavens as to say, well, I wonder where we can at least pick up 2 or 3 quick wickets and see if we can put a squeeze here, having not presented themselves well in their early innings in the field, with the opening bowlers really leaking a number of runs and giving the Razor Massive a solid platform. One point they would have scored in excess of 80 runs without losing a wicket, and just making light work of the chase now with these 2 batters here in Charles and Pals, who we would have seen yesterday really played a good innings with his partner Burton, who's still yet to bat, and they are in with a really good solid chance to really lift this trophy down.
It's going to be the leg spinner, Aimer, to continue now. Slip in place. Aimer to bowl to Jacob Pals, and to this delivery. Pals is opening the face, going to get into the offside. Won't get a run.
Well, he did come in for some heavy stick, as we would say so at times. 2 overs for 31 runs. He'll certainly need to redeem himself in this final 2.
Aimer into bowl to Pals. Pals drives it off the outer portion of the bat, but they will go for a single. Direct hit. Pals is gone. Casual, very casual by Jacob Pals, and Giovanni comes with a direct hit. This game is not over.
Well, again, here we go. It's not over. We saw Pals yesterday putting on a good partnership with Burton. This time he will be leaving the field, and Burton will be making his way. Whether or not the Beamers will really allow themselves to really lose this match from here on, it certainly would be quite interesting. As I say, good afternoon and welcome, maybe to carry to the end there, Millie, to Millington. Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Tony, and to we are drawing ever closer, ever nearer, coming to the end of what has been an exciting APL 2022 Season 2. Well, Tony, it looked done and dusted when David and Peters were going helter-skelter, but there was a stumble, and there is a massive here. We find another 17 runs from all of our 46 balls, and it cannot be that there is a massive will lose from here.
Well, like you said, we have seen stranger things, but if I would see strange things here this afternoon, well, wow. maybe cricket is certainly not the game for the faint of heart, really. Run out there, just running back casually there was Jacob Paul. Not like him, really. He's usually one of those sharp, astute cricketers, and really not running as hard as he would have liked. And a direct hit there, good feeling there from Giovanni Gomes, saw the back of Paul's.
Yes. So Richard Burton, the new batsman. Richard Burton is going to be the non-striker. It's going to be Amar to continue to Hakeem Charles. Charles, who is on 7. Amar, right arm around the wicket, ball to Charles. Charles is standing tall and pushing it back down the offside of the track. No run resulting. Score remains on 120 for 5. 120 for 5 in the 13th over.
120 for 5.
120 for 5 in search of 137 for victory. Here is Amar to bowl to Charles. Charles is pulling well, and it's gone high and hands up over the top. That goes away for 6. That goes away for 6. It's 126. 126 for 5.
Well, Charles is saying meat and drink, and I am not going to take any chances. If it's there to be hit, I am going to hit it, and hit it he did over the mid-wicket boundary there. 6 good runs for his team, Millington, as they march on further 11 runs to get here to see themselves raise this trophy.
Yes, raise a massive. A team, I'll call them down and out. Remember some time ago they played with 7 players, and on 2 occasions back-to-back they would have played with 7 players, but today they are in the finals and they have 1.5 hand on the trophy already. Here is Amar to bowl to Charles. Charles is walking this one off the pad down to the man coming off the mid-wicket boundary. Score moves on by 1 to 127. 127. Amar moves on to 14. That's Hakeem Charles. Hakeem Charles moves on to 14. Amar, right arm around the wicket to the left-handed Burton. So Amar tosses the ball from hand to hand and makes some field adjustment. Richard Burton looks around. He's ready now for Amar. Amar moves away, ball to Burton. Burton is stripping. This one is in the air and over the top of Williams. And he gets one. Burton is off the mark. He's on 1. Burton is on 1, and the total moves on to 128. At the end of over, number 13. At the end of 13, it's 128. 128 for 5 in search of 137 for victory.
Yes, and Burton there again, like almost as if he wanted to be given catching practice, that is. We've seen here where Charles is in the mid-pitch conference with Burton, as is to say, we really don't need to do anything extraordinary, out of the ordinary. We just need to knock the ball around, pick up the singles. We are right there, certainly sure that they're hearing the score being broadcast on our live PA system, and that they will certainly be in a good place to really see their team through to this victory. Just that Amar there, just putting too much pace on the ball, so to speak. Could have maybe bowled it just a little slower to cause some more problems to the batter, but elected to really push things through, and we've seen where he conceded a lofty hit there to Charles, and another good return there in 3 overs at all for Hamer.
Indeed. It's going to be Durham. From this, the commentator's booth end. And left arm over the wicket, ball to Burton. Burton to this delivery is coming forward, pushing it on the onside. No run resulting. Score remains on 128 for 5. 128 for 5 in the course of over number 14. 137 is that magical number. Here is Durham to bowl to Burton. Burton is rocked on the pad. Loud appeal. Not out, says the umpire. And
Certainly.
We'd love to see the replay on that one.
Yes.
We would love to see the replay on that one because from where we are sitting, from where we are doing the commentaries, it's more from mid a long off position, and so we will not be able to judge that one. But a loud appeal going up there. Not out says the umpire. It's Durham to bowl to Burton. Bowls to Burton. Burton is coming forward and pushing it back down the track. No run resulting. Score remains on 128 for 5. And over number 14. It can't be. It can't be that there is a massive can lose from here. Here is well, that's prematurely.
DJ.
That's very premature.
Got 3 balls to go still.
That's very much premature. Here is Durham to bowl to Burton. Burton is staring this one down to third man. Oh, that's brilliant feeling there by Lewis, who has hurt himself. They have gone for 2. They will come back for a third. And 3 runs. But that was brilliant feeling there by Lewis, and he has hurt himself. He has hurt himself, hauling himself to his right and stopping that one. But in the process, hurting himself, and all the feelers are running to him. Lewis, Michael Lewis.
We do hope that it's nothing too serious. We did really stop the ball, fielded it very well, but I guess with the effort to really gather it, when he fell heavily, and he's not really one of those persons who is slim and built, so to speak, so that weight going down probably caused some damage, Millie.
Yes, indeed. But good news that he's back on his feet. And Lewis is back on his feet. Seems to have been winded more than anything else. And he is...
And probably the fall kind of knocked the stuffings out of him, possibly.
Don't forget, after this game, all drinks is on you. Just buy a drink and have a good time.
So he seemed to be coming off and seemed to be favoring that right arm. So he's leaving the field. Lewis, not good for Beamers, but look of things. This game is done and dusted, Tony. 6 runs from 38 balls at .95.
Yes.
Some .95 runs and over. Less than a run a ball.
And Lewis will have batted well for the Beamers as well in helping him to get to 136 runs. But they certainly have not applied themselves with ball, so to speak, and fell away badly with bat as well in the latter stages of the innings. And I think just that momentum that the Razor Massive had closing out their bowling innings, they really took it into their chase as well, with the 2 opening batters in Peters and David really wreaking havoc on the bowling there for the Beamers.
Indeed. It's going to be Durham to continue bowling to Hakeem Charles, who is on 14. Charles is on 14. 4 is Burton. Here is Durham bowl to this one, straight to Gums, and they were taking off looking for a single. That would have been suicidal.
Again, I'm not too sure. Probably want to get off the park quickly, but Burton can ill afford doing such.
Here is Durham to Hakeem Charles, is pushing it up to cover. No run result in the end of the 14th over, and at the end of over number 14, it's 131 for 5. The Razor Massive in search of 137 for victory.
Yes, so just a mere 6 runs, and that will be all she wrote. They have got all of 6 overs to really get these runs, and they're certainly well on their way, but it's been a good competitive game for the most part. The Beamers did put a score that they thought they could have defended. Like I mentioned to Doc early when he was here, maybe the turnaround playing yesterday and then coming back to play today. I mean, I know both teams would have done such, but the Beamers, in terms of the age, will probably, at average age, certainly probably higher, and it's kind of telling out there, Millie.
Well, you said they needed recovery time. Well, the recovery time was overnight. Right, so 131. Here is Shaka Hodge. To bowl to Burton, bowls to Burton. Burton is hitting this one in the air. Shaka Hodge wants the catch. Shaka Hodge wants the catch. He's not going to get there. It should have been Giovanni. It should have been Giovanni. Giovanni was coming in, and it was always going to be harder for the fielder going back. Shaka Hodge was looking to take it over, and he should have caught Shaka Hodge off. It should have been an easy catch for Giovanni Gums, and Burton moves on by 1-5.
Yes,
Burton is on 5. 14 is Charles, who is on strike. And that definitely should have been a wicket. Here is Hodge to bowl to Charles. Charles is caught behind. That could have been 2-2. It should have been 2-2. It should have been 2-2.
That's the 6th wicket.
Yes, Charles Rose is 132 for 6. 100 and 132 for 7. It could have been easy. 131 for 7.
Yeah, well, that's it looks like Akimel Rogers going out there. Yes, Akimel Rogers. I think there's a killer shot there played by Charles. I don't know, maybe had enough out there, but he really should have seen it through. And we got 4 more wickets to get. That's 4 balls.
Tony, cricket is a game of glory and uncertainty. Can you imagine if that catch was taken? It would have been 131 for 7.
Yeah, but we are not so certain that he would have gotten the other wicket.
Well, Tony, they would have crossed.
They would have
and
crossed.
Cricket is cricket. It would have been 132 for 7. 131 for 7. It is 132 for 6. The new batsman is Akimel Rogers, and he's going to be on strike to Shaka Hodge. He's going to get a quicker ball. Here is Shaka Hodge to bowl to Rogers, and Rogers is punching that one straight to backward point. Chad Hunt fields, no run resulting. A young Chad Hunt.
They're making it hard. 5 runs to get. 1 shot.
Well, it's 1 shot, 4 wickets. Seems that it is going to be easier to get the 4 wickets. Here is Shaka Hodge to bowl to Rogers. Rogers is hitting this one over the top of Saunders and into the boundary 4 runs. Scores are level. Scores are level.
We might be going to a super over. You never know.
Scores are level. At the end of over number 15, scores are level.
Rogers did not get that challenge too.
And there is still a ball to... Isn't there still a ball to bowl in the over? Yes. One more ball remaining in the over. In fact, score tells me 2 balls remaining.
Yes, 2 balls.
2 balls remaining in the over. And this can be in the final over we are seeing in APL Season 2. Raise the Massive. Looking for championship. Oh, that one outside line of the awesome. Can to run it past the slip. Doesn't make contact. Over coming to an end. And at the end of over number 15, a shot of 1 ball.
We need 100 runs for victory. I don't have one. We need 100 runs for victory.
And then he was out.
Let's turn it around.
Akimel,
So 136.
and then the other
Well,
That's a 5-ball over.
Competition has been a great one. At the end of
But it's not going to make much of a difference in this game at all.
certainly, and
Certainly not going to make much of a difference.
please, or you can walk on the field.
but look at the scoring as we look at the tallies here: 48-48.
One
left for victory.
One more run for victory, and you can score
Yeah.
5.2 overs.
Yes.
That's all the time in the world.
5 overs remaining.
What are you having a drink? England.
Minute making.
What are you gonna have a drink? What are you talking about? You have to be with Old
It's
West.
going to be Emma to ball to Burton. Moves away with 1 to get. Burton hits it over the top, and that's the winning run. It goes into the boundary, and that's the winning run. That's the winning run. Razor Massive has captured the APL title for 2022 Season 2. It is indeed Razor Massive who has sealed the deal and walked away with the coveted title of APL champions.
Yes, the Razor Massive, they didn't started well at all in the preliminaries, but when it mattered most, they came to the party and really played 2 good games of cricket, both in the semi-finals and now in the finals, playing for all the marbles. As we can see, the Premier, who hails from that area as well, going out to congratulate the batters coming in, and both teams as well. But really good game of cricket played there by the Razor Massive for the 2 days that we presented these games, Millie.
Indeed, and so I would think that the man of the match, man of the final, will go to none other than the man David, who captured some 4 for 25 and scored 48. I don't think that he's gonna have any competition there at all for the man of the match. But again, Tony, before we leave here, we must say again thanks to all our sponsors as we.
Yes, Mara J. Soda, American University of Anguilla, Aurora Resort and Golf Club, 97.7, that's Heartbeat, Upbeat Radio, Nagico Insurance, Clarita, Walgreen, Lindholm, Zemi Beach, my place of work, Republic Bank of Anguilla, King Ocean, National Commercial Bank of Anguilla, Sid and Pete's Supermarket, Anguilla Electronics, Safe Cargo, Best Buy Supermarket, Mega Charge 54 that has presented these beautiful pictures live into your homes, into your cars, Radio Anguilla 95.5, the ever-present Class FM as well, Digicel, the main sponsor, CIC and V Apartments, and yes, Jerry's Soda. We also want to thank Lowell Hughes as well, Lowell Hodge, for his contribution as well. And I think we would have had the man of the match sponsor as well from one of the presenting the man of the match sponsor for this year's APL 2022. So to all the sponsors that would have presented themselves, Lakes Wall with the man of the match offer, we want to thank you, because had it not been for your contribution and your sponsorship, we certainly would have been struggling to really bring to you this tournament, the second in its edition of the Anguilla Premier T20 League. Millington, 2 great games yesterday and a finals that was worthwhile watching. The Razor Massive certainly had the better of this game, and they are the ones who are winning.
Indeed, Razor Massive getting the better of the Beamers today. Beamers getting to the finals for the second time in a row and unable to get over the line. So congrats to the Razor Massive. They would have done a tremendous job. They would have restricted the Beamers to score of 136 when they looked well set for 155, 160, and in the end chasing it down very comfortable, one will say, with a very solid start from the openers, Peters and David. So congratulations to the Razor Massive, Captain Ashan Hodge, a very determined young man. At times had to make some really tough decisions, but today coming out on top and being crowned as a champion, the Razor Massive.
Yes, certainly, and we probably will be talking to Ashan Hodge just a tidbit, and certainly I have a question for him, because I did say to him, do not run yourself out, so he's going to need to answer. But the crowd, the spectators are here, both spectators from the Beamers as well. Second time around, the Beamers were into the final last year, kind of ended in an anticlimax fashion, and started losing the finals as well. But this year as well, allowing themselves to get to the finals, and when it mattered most, didn't really show up here. The bowling, the opening bowling, found wanting in this.
Indeed, found wanted, and the very same thing happened in the final preliminary game when these two very teams met, when Peters and David actually got the better of their bowlers, and so today were no different. And I thought, because of what transpired in that preliminary game, that the Beamers winning the toss would have asked the Razor Massive to bat first and look to put their batting under pressure. It wasn't to be.
Yes, and so a good game here, and we want to say to all of our workers, our scorers, Porty who's in Sinkets, all the workers that we would have had here to really assist us in terms of our commentary, Mr. Keystone Graves, Mr. Zulma, Webster, Ralph Hodge, John Millington, Sambo, the likes of Shiv Benjamin, Caden Doc Bryan, Mr. Renford Kelsick, and all those who would have graced our presence here at the microphones. We want to say thank you, and hopefully, God willing, next year, we'll be looking forward to another edition of the APL. So I've been joined here with the two captains for both teams. I must say first and foremost that of Mr. Burton and Ashan Hodge. Commiserations. Burton, what do you think went wrong for you out there today?
I think at the beginning we didn't get enough runs. I think we was like 50 runs short. I think that already happened. It showed up at the end.
You started off well. At one point you were 113 for 3, and then in the latter overs they kind of allowed them to at least get further into your batting, and they took the momentum into their chase as well. What would you say would have contributed to the performance in the latter overs when you were batting?
I feel that we lost too many wickets at the wrong time. So I think like that kind of like getting to the whole team, and then we just struggle. We struggle from there. They bowl really well too, so it really goes off to Razor Massive bowling, also their team.
You usually defend scores that you put on the board very well, but at your start of your defense, the bowling didn't started as well as you would have liked.
Well, credit goes off to the opening batsmen as well. I think they really come up with intent to win the game. They gave them a good start, which carried the team right to the end.
Well, just want to say to you that well played game. it was a quick turnaround from yesterday into today. Some of your players are not as spry and young as they would have been, and but you did compete well, and we just want to wish you all the best for the next season and going forward.
All right, thank you so much.
Ashan, I have a question for you. I ask you not to run yourself out again. Tell me what happened there.
Cricket happened, man. That's all I can say.
Cricket happened. Okay, congratulations and your win. You really started off the season not as well as you would have liked. Some difficulties in terms of getting your entire team together, but when it mattered most in the semi-finals and the finals, you came out to play. What are your thoughts on your team performance today?
Well, I just want to tell the listening audience that the race is not for the swift. You know, it all came down to today, and we had a game plan, a strategy that we were working on it from last week, depending on who we play after we get to the semifinals, and we executed today. You know, it wasn't perfect, but then again, it's cricket, and we lost the toss. They batted. We tried to restrict them as best as we could, and we always try to stay positive, regardless of the ups and the downs within the game. We continue to stay positive, and we go on the right side today. Kudos to the Pumas for playing a lovely brand of cricket today, and I wish them all the best.
What was the talk heading into the chase? Because we realized that the two opening batters came out there and was if they really had a plane to catch. What was the talk going into chasing 136 runs?
Yeah, it was all about being positive, you know, and taking the attack to the bowling attack. You know, we knew what they would have come with. You know, we were confident. We played them twice before in the group stage, and we were on the better side of both of those fixtures. So our guys came in with some humble confidence to execute, and they did today, so kudos to my team.
Well, we really want to congratulate your entire team. They raised a massive. They really came to play. They are the champions, and we are looking certainly into next year, God's willing, when you will be defending your title, hoping that we will have a good brand of cricket playing again. And to Mr. Burton as well, well done, well played, second chance. I hope you won't be like Guyana next time around, but well played, and we've had a good match. Cheers. Right, thank you so much, gentlemen. There you had it from the two captain, Ashan Hodge and Dion Burton, the captain of both teams. And we are going to have another chit chat with these are the two opening batters. Kenroy David, you will adjudge the man of the match, and Peters. Good afternoon and welcome to the microphones again. Your thoughts on your team's performance today?
I feel it was very good. We stick to the basics today just like we did yesterday. Starting off the tournament was a bit rocky, getting to know each player as we go along. But in time we gel at the right moment, and we just came through today with a victory.
When you all was getting yourselves ready to really go and chase 137 for victory, what did you all talk about between yourselves?
Well, basically, we've been getting starts, but we're not carrying on, like to get a good amount of runs on the board for the team. So today was like, you know, let's just be ourselves and we will do what we have to do to get the team a good start, and yeah, it worked out today. We know that the Beamers at times they are very miserly in terms of how they bowl. When you assess the bowling, especially after the first over, what were your thoughts in how the pitch was playing, on how you was going to approach, whether you were going to give them time to settle or not? What were your thought process then? No, after the first over, we saw we bowled first actually, so we saw the pitch was playing, and once it's in our half, we went back ourselves all the time. So that's what we did, back ourselves.
I noticed that the both of you bowl and open the batting as well. Is that something that you do on a regular?
Yeah, we play for the same team in St. Martin. So.
I think I heard what's his name, Mr. Repeater, mention that you played for the same team as well.
Yeah.
How have playing in St. Martin helped you to assist the Razor Massive in winning this tournament?
Basically experience, because I'm the captain in St. Martin and he's the vice captain. And when we came over, we was like trying to figure out the players and see how, not to take over the captaincy or anything from Ashan, just like to help him out, to show him, guide him, more or less.
What are your general thoughts, or what I answer from both of you, what are your general thoughts of the Anguilla Premier T20 tournament?
I find it's very good. There's a good hype to it. The crowd always comes out, they always support. The teams, they're always at you. Every single game, they're always at you, especially when they know the type of player you are. They're gonna try their best to get you as low as possible. Unfortunately, during the start of the season, they've been getting you regularly. So yes, it's a good thing to just come out for the last couple of games and just, you know, give the crowd what they've been looking for.
Okay. Well, I would say that congratulations to you both, and when it mattered most, like we say, when we were playing for all the marbles, you turned up to the party and you did execute. Were there any sort of jitters when you would have lost, both of you would have lost the wicket and realized, but wait, what is going on here? Were there any jitters in the camp, so to speak?
Not really. At the end of the day, it's a team sport. You can't just depend on two guys or one player. It's a team sport. Everybody got to contribute.
They usually say cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties. Were you thinking down that line? In any case, with when you would have lost, when you lost your wicket, as well as you Peters, and then when Ashan ran himself out, some bad shots was played, so to speak, and then you see from 2 for 102 to maybe 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it was a bit of uncertainty there, but at the same time, seeing how the team have been doing when we got out, we backed them 100%. To get the job done.
And it was like five runs in like 6 overs.
Yeah.
Yes, and certainly yesterday was a perfect example, because you see a really good partnership between Jacob Pauls and Richard Burton, who really pushed you to a respectable score that you defended. We really want to thank you for coming, for showing your expertise, and for lending your help to the Razor Massive as well. And as long as this tournament continues, we will certainly look forward to having your skills being presented here in Anguilla for this kind of tournament. Thank you.
No problem, thanks.
Thanks. There you had it, the two opening batters. They would have scored 48 apiece and really gave themselves a really good platform for the Razor Massive to hoist this APL T20 trophy. And Millie, as we put a wrap on things here, just your general thoughts of the tournament.
I think that it was a good tournament coming on the back of season 1, and we were looking. We got a good start with some hiccups. Nonetheless, we ended up with a very good tournament. In the end, there is a massive, as I said before, a team that never looked like getting to the semis. Actually, they got their acts right and came here today and did a remarkable job in lifting the cup. Tony, when one look back at the tournament, the team that looked the most dominant on any given day was indeed the Pointers. The Pointers, they played really good cricket. The Farrington Super Sixers were not to be counted out at all. The next team that was in the tournament were the Foreign Stars. Again, Tony, their first year and much to learn. Much to take away from this year's tournament. We say kudos to all the teams to all those persons who, not just our sponsors, but our helpers and our commentary team, or the man Charles and his team, the Radio Anguilla and Class FM, to all those who took the time out to listen to us wherever you are in Anguilla or in cyberspace. We were happy to have you being a part of our team, because indeed, had it not been for you, you would not have been as successful as season 2 were. And so again, Tony, we want to say thank you. We can't forget the man in charge of the commentary team, Kid Stone Graves, wherever he is on vacation. We say a big shout out to him. Know that you are locked in, and we are sending a big shout out to you.
Yes, certainly, and there you had it, the rap from Millington. On behalf of all the commentators throughout the entire tournament, we want to thank you, and this is Tony Fleming returning you back to the master control for regular programming. Good evening, and have a good Emancipation Day service.
Those guys from the mat.
When you get full, like you have to hold together. The youngsters, I will take start talking.
all the mics gone away with it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have the mic, you need it. So as we are about to present to you a presentation, Island Numbers must come forward. Story Ground must come forward. Foreign Stars, Marathon Sixers, Golden Point Pointers, and 5 teams. Presentation time.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to have a quick presentation. We ask all the players and the officials from the various teams to come forward so that we can get this. Supporters can come too. So not turn back, they can come too. So everybody, the first ceremony, first of two. So we just invite them all to come. We just want to congratulate both teams, the Beamers and Raise the Massive, the 2022 champions, for a competitive match finals this afternoon. And we want to thank all the other teams who participated in the tournament for entertaining us over these last few months. We certainly enjoyed, we have seen a lot of skill, and we expect that this tournament and cricket in Anguilla will go from strength to strength. So we are almost there, we're just waiting one. Okay.
This is the prizes, you know.
Okay, good afternoon. We are ready to start the very brief. This is going to be the first of two such ceremonies. The other one will be at some hotel or some place where we can sit around and discuss cricket and have some eats and drinks and you know, so forth. But this evening we're just going to have a quick presentation of the first place prize. And as you know, the first place prize is 6,500 US, which equates to 17,420 EC dollars. And that goes to the Razor Massive. And as I say, good afternoon to all. Present good afternoon to the Deputy Governor, Mr. Perry Bradley, and to the Premier, Dr. Ellis Webster. And with that, I'm going to just turn over to Doc and ask that you all come a little closer.
Okay, let me just...
Okay, Doc is making sure that the check is okay. It's a big check. I hope that the Razor Massive can lift up that check. $17,000 in one check is a lot of money. And then we will speak to the others after, but over to Doc now.
Good evening, and thank you very much. You know, we're in our second year of the Anguilla Premier T20 cricket tournament, and certainly this year was disturbed by weather, by other sports needing the facility. But we are here, and we want to thank the Razor Massive and the Stony Ground Beamers. I saw Oliver and I wanted to give him some props, you know. But thank you for a wonderful game. this cricket, lovely cricket, back in Anguilla, that's what we want. So give a big round of applause for the Beamers and the Razor Massive. Now, we couldn't do this without you, the fans, and so I want to thank you all for coming out. I want to thank the umpires, the match referees, the organizing committee with the chairman, Alkin Rogers. I want to thank everyone who's participated and those in Anguilla, those who came from outside of Anguilla to participate, and those who did the streaming, did the filming. It certainly has been a great year and a great tournament. But I want to thank our sponsors, and so I'll read them out because without the sponsors, we couldn't have this game. So, we have Jerry Suda, Dr. Maha J. Suda, the American University of Anguilla Medical School, Aurora Resort and Golf Club, Nagico Insurance, Corrido Walgren Lindum, Zemi Beach Hotel, Republic Bank of Anguilla, National Commercial Bank of Anguilla, Sid and Peace Supermarket, Anguilla Electronics, Best Buy Supermarket, the Lakes World and Associated, and those others who have contributed. I want to thank them, and we look forward to our next year where they give bigger and better, and this tournament will get larger. So thanks to everyone. Round of applause to all our sponsors. And so, you see me smiling, and that's because we had a good game. It doesn't mean, I thought I was wearing red. So, we'll go with the second place in this tournament. And what the chairman should have announced is that we'll have 2 third places teams, and we will give their prize at the next session when we give the Man of the Match awards and the other awards. So right now, second place to the Stoner Ground Beamers, and for $3,500 US. And we see Ron Chapo, the manager, 12-man, utility player, batsman, coach, coming to accept.
I don't want to get lost.
Cricket, lovely cricket. I must say thanks to all the Beamers fans. Tough luck. The Surrey manager, I'm very disappointed. But we worked hard and we're here. Congratulations. Raise the masses. You won, you deserve to win. Take care. See you next year.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ron Chapo. That was beautiful. It just shows good sportsmanship, and I think he's gone. Mama, you'll have to chase him. And I must say, from last to first, when everybody had counted out the men in red, the fans came out, supported them, pushed them, and with big heart, and from Island Harbor in the east, Island Harbor Razor Massive, number 1, first place, $6,500 US. I guess the party starts now. Captain Sean Lodge. And if the team wants to come up, they can come up and support your captain.
Come through, man. Come through.
Captain Sean Hodge, say a few words, and then you stay on the stage after you say a few words.
I will. Just want to say, well done, guys. There was even a time during the tournament where they were wondering if we should continue playing because we was bringing down the standard of the tournament. say, well done. Believe in each other, believe in our abilities, and that's exactly what we did.
Drop the mic on that. All right, before you guys leave the stage, this year is the 70th Jubilee for Queen Elizabeth, celebrating. And with that, there is the Queen's Jubilee Trophy. This is a Platinum Jubilee of 70 years of reign. And here to represent the Queen and Her Excellency the Governor is the Acting Governor, Mr. Perrin Bradley, to make the presentation to the Razor Massive, the Queen Platinum Jubilee Trophy, which will be rotated each year to the winning team. So I'll turn over to Governor Bradley to give us a presentation.
Thank you, Captain Hodge, congratulations to the team for winning the tournament. And on behalf of my Majesty Queen, I'm proud to present you the Queen's Platinum Jubilee Trophy.
All right, raise the massive.
Congratulations to Raise Massive and the entire team.
Yeah, you're getting this one too.
I think it's one. We get two, man. We get two. But all I want 3 APL.
Someone looks like Farrington's broken. All right.
Oh, check.
Be careful with it.
Hold on.
There you go. First place.
Fellas.
Taking the top position. So congratulations to Razor Massive.
Yeah, check it out.
All those helped us to reach this long journey. We want to thank all umpires, our commentators, our bar folks, the match referees, all the supporters, and all the other specialists who assist with us in any way, match referees, etc. We want to thank you all, and we look forward to even better things from all our sponsors. And we have the second segment starting for Jordan at the venue where we can relax and enjoy and just reminisce about this tournament and look forward to the tournament next year. So let's hear it. Thank you all.
All right.
This one is also this one here.
What are you doing?
We want music, I mean real music. Carnival, Juve, real music. Thank you. That's right. Congratulations.
Joining us early this morning into this afternoon as we prepare for our next game. We're going to take a break and we will take it back in about 5. Yes, Master Control, you're still with us. Here we're going to just break momentarily for maybe about 5 minutes, and then when you get the cue from us, we will let you know. We break just for 5 minutes, and then we will give you the cue when we're ready to get back to live action here. The Beamers versus the Razor Massive. minute them talking about it. Because you and I commentate exactly.
Well, am I covered?
Yeah, you're with CG United. Remember when I was dabbling in knife throwing bingo? Well, one night I won, but I also got a bullseye. No. In a beehive. I ran for hours. They caught me in the end, though. Anyway, I was covered, and I got to keep my trophy. Uh-oh.
Best medical cover for the price. CG United. Good like that.
जब मैं बजाती हूँ पैरों में पायल, पैरों में पायल। कितने दीवाने हुए अखियों से घायल, जब मैं बजाती हूँ पैरों में पायल। दिल वालों की मैं जान हो गई रे यारा, दिल वालों की मैं जान हो गई रे यारा। मैं तो बनारस की पान हो गई रे यारा, मैं तो बनारस की पान हो गई रे यारा, मैं तो बनारस की पान हो गई। यूपी बिहार में चर्चा है जोर से, आते हैं कॉल देखो मेरे चारों ओर से, मेरे चारों ओर से। यूपी बिहार में चर्चा है जोर से, आते हैं कॉल देखो मेरे चारों ओर से। अमर विदेशी पहचान हो गई रे यारा, अमर विदेशी पहचान हो गई रे यारा। मैं तो बनारस की पान हो गई रे यारा, मैं तो बनारस की पान हो गई रे यारा, मैं तो बनारस की पान हो गई।
Master Control, if you are with us as we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome once again to live action here at the James Ronald Webster Park with a continuation of the second semi-final of the APL tournament. The Beamers, playing in the yellow and black jerseys, will be taking on the defending champions in last year's inaugural tournament. That's the Farrington Super Sixers in the orange with blue stripes. The Farrington Super Sixers, they have won the toss and they have elected to bat, and so they will be posting a total for the Beamers. In last year's final, actually, it was the other way around, and so we are certainly going to be in for a keenly contested encounter here between these two teams, the Farrington Super Sixers and the Beamers. As I say once again, welcome Zulma, good afternoon. Welcome to live coverage here of the Anguilla Premier T20 2022 second semi-finals.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the second game in this tournament, today's second game with the Beamers bowling, hopefully they will be bowling versus the Super Sixers who will be batting, and they're all in their glory. The Farrington, the Beamers in their yellow, and the Farrington Super Sixers in their bright orange. If you didn't know that they're the Farrington Super Sixers, you would think that they're prisoners because they normally dress in orange jumpsuits, you know. So the weather here at the JRWP is quite enticing, I would say. Very hot, but at the same time, sunshine, no clouds in the air. We don't expect any rain this afternoon, so this game should go very well this afternoon.
Yes, the opening batters are out in the middle. We can see Monson Hodge as play begins. The first over there from the Polyclinic end. We'll get the name of the bowler there for you in just a bit. This ball to Monson Hodge. He just pushes it out into the outfield. Here is ball again coming from the Polyclinic end. And the Monson Hodge pushes back down the wicket. The bowler himself here. Yes, Daniel Durham bowling for the Beamers, opening the bowling from the Central Polyclinic end, tosses it up again. Monson Hodge getting to the pitch of it and just pushes it out there into the covers, fields there, and there is no run there. Here is Durham again, off spin. Left orthodox off spin, and here we see wrapped on the pad there, but not out says umpire is that Colin Liddy down on the other end. He's assisted by smasher Keatley. Here is Durham again, tosses up, balls to Hodge. He pushes out into the offside. The player just run down there from the point and picks up, but not before the batter there in Monson Hodge can complete the single. So the score moves on to 1 in over number 1, bowled by Daniel Durham. He's bowling from the Polyclinic end. Semi-final number 2, we would have just seen the completion of the Razor Massive overcoming the Blowing Point Pointers. Here is Durham again, runs away from the Polyclinic end, tosses it up, bowls to that looks like Proctor this time, and he shoulders arms the wicket keeper there in Borton collects, and the end of over number 1. At end of over number 1, it's 1 without loss. The Farrington Super Sixers winning the toss and electing to bat. The Beamers, after having completed a good over there by Durham, just conceding 1 run.
Yeah, bro. You good?
As I say, good afternoon to Mr. Renford Kelsick. Good afternoon, Kelsick. We have a good game on our hands here. We're hoping we'll have a good game on our hands here this afternoon, Kelsick.
Yes, good afternoon, listeners, wherever you are, and we really are hoping so. As you know, in cricket is such a game, huh? Just when you needed it most, you didn't get it. Point is, all through the season they were doing very well, and just today, well, they faltered. But cricket a game of growth and uncertainties. So the pointers going down to Razor Massive. So Razor Massive now will be waiting for the winner of this game here. That was a very good over from Durham. Just 1-1 coming from the first over.
Yes, so the Beamers, they will have gotten a start they certainly want, but the Farrington Super Sixers is not in any spot of bother. They're not chasing. Is this going to be Gums now, coming from the pavilion in, bowls to Hodge, and beautiful shot there. It punches on the rocking back on the back foot there and just punching it square into the boundary, and 4 good runs to at least continue from where he would have left off in the preliminaries.
Yes, a very good shot indeed. That one was shot outside the off stump, and just rocking back on the back foot there. Punch it past the man there, dive into his right, but to no avail, and the ball rocket into the point boundary for 4. Very good shot indeed from Monson.
A very good shot there, and Gums will probably say, well, okay, we want to keep it much much closer to the batter there in Munson Hodge, who has gotten some good starts throughout this tournament in the preliminary games as well, and certainly looking to put up a good score here. Gums runs away from us, gentle medium pace. This time a lot more bounce, but punches it into the onside. There is Hodge. The fielder comes around, collects, but the batsman in the meantime cross for a single, takes the score on to 6 without loss, and we're in over number 2.
Crowd is picking up slowly. Yeah, we can see some folks coming into the lower gate there and into the pavilion.
As Gums runs away from us now, bowls to Proctor. Facing up for the first time, stylishly plays it into the covers. The fielder there, that looks like, is that Mentos? Fields cleanly, and there is no runs there. Gums bowling to 1, 2, 3, 4 men on the onside. Here's Gums again. Bowls to Proctor's, and again to Proctor. It pushes nicely, but the fielder there looks like by Ron Rogers, and no runs can be had. So yes, nice crowd building up here. This is, like I said, this game last year was a very good one. Here is Gums, runs away from us now, bowls to Proctor. This time he just plays it into the onside and crosses for a single to get off the mark. His first run moves the score on to 7 without loss in over number 2. Ball by Gums. Nice bright afternoon here. Certainly here is Gums, runs away from us now, bowls to Hodge, pushes past the bowler on the onside, and in the meantime just jogged 2 for a single. So rotating the strike nicely as we come to the end of over number 2. After 2 overs is 8 without loss. Gums is on, Hodge, sorry, is on, is that 6 and 7, sorry, and Proctor is on 1.
Yes, another good over there. The first ball being punched away, and the bowler really there tightening up his length, and the batsman just coming forward gently, especially Proctor, and getting a single. But the bowlers will have to be very tight here today, because you know this is the semi-final match. The winner, of course, will go on to play the finals tomorrow.
It will be Durham to continue the second over. Short run, bowls to that Hodge, pushes down the onside. The bowler does Jugum's field, and 1 run to Hodge. He moves to 8. The score moved to 9 without loss. Over number 3. Here is Durham again. This time bowls to Proctor, who plays stylishly into the covers there, and the fielder there picks up, tosses the ball back to the bowler in Durham. He runs away from the umpire. Bowls. This time Proctor just stretches forward, not getting right into the middle of the bat as you would like, but just plays it on the inside edge back down to the pitch. Here is Durham again. Balls, and this time Proctor just punches it out there, and as that Gums running to his right picks up, but in the meantime the batsman crossed for a single. Proctor moves to 2, and the score moves to 10 without loss over number 3, and it's going to, there's a slight field change, so to speak. Proctor, Hodge, waits for Durham, and this time tosses it up and just flicking the wrist and punches it into the onside there where Jugum's field. And in the meantime, the batters cross for a single. Score moves on to 11. Here is Durham getting through his overs quickly on the back foot, punches out there again, but fielded in nicely there, and this time can't get a single. Is Proctor. End of the over. After 3 overs, it's 11 without loss.
Another tight over there from the Beamers there. We see Proctor there trying to force the ball into the offside, and that one came off quickly off the bat, but it was well fielded. I think it's Saunders, the man who was fielding at short extra cover. So far, tight bowling here, and of course we know that the Barrington Super Sixers, they're going to try their best to see how many runs they could get on the board.
Yes, certainly, and so not a flurry of boundaries, so to speak, just playing each ball and its merit, both batters, and looking to set themselves and looking to set a huge total. In the meantime, it's Gums again, second over, runs away from the commentators in. This one going through there, and Hodge just trying to play outside the off stump, and the ball just missing the bat and going to Burton there, who collects cleanly. No damage. Gums, big lift Gums there. Short run up, getting through these overs quickly. Here is Gums again. It's time. Just a little bit uneven bounce there, but Hodge getting to the pitch of it and just pushes it out into the covers. And there is no run there. Fielder picks up. There was no run. 11 for no loss. So you see that there was a change in field there. Here is Gums to Hodge. This time he's up on his toes and negating the bounce well, and just playing it out there. Fielder comes in on field, and there is no runs. So 11 without loss in over number 4. So we've seen some good disciplined tight bowling here from these 2 opening bowlers for the Beamers so far. Comes again, runs away from us, bowls to Hodge, and he stylishly plays it into the covers again, but can't beat the fielder there, who just Shuffles to his left, fields, picks up, tosses it there to the man at, is that short mid-off, sorry. And he tosses back to Gums, who runs away from us again, bowls to Hodge, and drives back over the bowler's head. The man there from short mid-off just shuffles to his left, fields cleanly, and in the meantime the batter there picks up a single.
What's something of interest here, Tony, is that Shaka is feeling at a very short, what's called extra cover, for that push that just went over his head a while ago.
Yes, certainly. Here is Hodge. This time he bowls to Proctor, and that's Hodge there fields cleanly to brings to the end the over, and at the end of over number 4, it's 12 without loss. Kelsey.
Another tight over here from Gums, keeping the ball up to the bat and really forcing the batsman to stroke the ball, but they're stroking it straight to the fielders. Very good over indeed from Gums.
Yes, so Proctor is 2, Hodge, his opening partner, is 10. It's 12 without loss, so just going tick at 4 and over. And we have seen the Beamers for this year's, especially in the preliminaries, they have not looked as organized as they have looked today, Celtic. So really with a difference in mind. Here, is that a new bowler there?
So Mentos is going to take up the attack from the Central Polyclinic end.
So yes, Durham has given away to Mentos. And Mentos was just marking his run there. And, not seeing any express pace, gentle medium and spin from the Polyclinic, Central Polyclinic end. Here is Mentos, left arm orthodox, bowls to Proctor, who punches the ball traveling quickly there to the fielder there, who fields cleanly, but not before the batsman could have a run. And Hodge, his 11th run, that moves the score on to 13, brings Proctor into strike, facing up to Mentos. Mentos tosses it up, and Proctor just dispatches it into the boundary for 4. Bad ball, given the right treatment, Celtic, there from Proctor.
Yes, a very bad ball indeed. Just tossing the ball high in the end. Proctor just going down and giving it the treatment, hitting it into the cow hole. Is the cow hole you call it?
Yes, Cub corner.
Cub corner. Yes. Cub corner there for 4 good runs.
Yes, 4 good ones, and he certainly want to redeem himself. Pushes the score on to 17. Proctor moves to 6. Here is Mentos. Mentos bowls this time to Proctor. Much better length and line, pushing him back. He just plays it out in there. The covers there. Hodge fields, no runs. Mentos again from the Central Polyclinic end. Bowls, tosses it up again, and Hodge has made an error there. And, yeah, tosses it up. Hodge plays it high in the air. The fielder running there from the mid-off there, trying to get across and to effect the catch, not being able to do so, and chance going a big in there, Celtic.
Yes, it was high in the end. The ball was moving away from him. He had a long way to go. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the catch. But that was a very bad shot indeed.
Yes, bad shot there from Proctor. Could probably say it's got some luck. Here is Mentos. This time bowls to Hodge. Hodge on the back foot and punches it through the covers. The fielder coming around there and has made a meal of it. The ball going into the boundary. 4 runs there to Hodge. Not good feeling down there at all. Is that Shaka Hodge down there? On the long off boundary? Certainly looks so. Getting around well, but not
able to get down and stop it, effect the stop.
So 4 runs to Hodge, Munson Hodge. He moves to 17. Score moves to 21 without loss. Here's Mentos again. And this one again, just lollipop, as Jeffrey Boycott used to say, and just pulled over mid-wicket and into the boundary for 4. Not good bowling at all there to finish the over there by Mentos.
Not good bowling at all. Montes is just throwing the ball high in the air. When he started first, he was pushing the ball through, but now he's just flighting the ball and giving the batsman too much of a chance. And knowing Hodge and Proctor, they're going to take full advantage.
Yes, they're going to take full advantage. Hodge has moved on to 21. Proctor, he's on 7, and they are certainly really, they've seen what the bowlers have had to offer, and they've set themselves and are really pushing on here. Now we're going to see a change in bowling here from, well, Gums seems as though he's going to continue. He's just Giovanni Gums. He is going to continue. So far, he's bowled pretty well so far, able to contain the batters, but the Beamers certainly not wanting to give away many Kelsey.
Yeah, not want to give away a lot of runs here, and see some adjustments to the field. And the man from mid-on is coming into a short mid-on, and it will be Giovanni who will be continuing from the pavilion end.
Yes, Giovanni continuing. Here is he, bowls to Proctor, who comes forward, pushes just past the fielder there, and that looked like that Mentos, who fields, no run. I must say that Hodge is on 18, Proctor is on 7. Here is Gums to Proctor, off the back foot and trying to pace the covers there, but can't do so. Fielded there by Hodge and no runs. So